Greetings and biggest love to the collective. Welcome to Witchworks Healing Ministry channel. I am your hostess, quantum sound healer, and applied shadow worker, Julianne. You're so welcome here because I am on fire. Spirit helped me co-create, uncover. I cleared out the woundedness that didn't belong to me enough to unearth basically my own idiosyncratic gift offering to the collective in a way that it can be a public utility, actually. So the type of healing that I am going to offer on this channel is something that anybody can learn to do, and you don't have to buy a program, and you really don't have to buy a bell or even a tuning fork, but you can certainly add other vibrational instruments to your practice if you want, but all you really need is to chant. So what I realized is I had a brief foray into Buddhism. Now, Buddhism is a way, not a religion, and yet there is a sorceress path in Buddhism that involves taking empowerments from certain deities and chanting mantras to gain special magical powers or cities by virtue of, the offerings of mantra energy to that being. And so I exited Buddhist sorcery, and I'm just back to Christed embodiment. And all Christ energy is loving the divine, knowing that you're part of the divine, and loving yourself, and also loving everyone else in the collective and serving them as if they are yourself, or because as if they are source, because you are a fractal of source consciousness. So I'm not really into the Old Testament. I literally take Christ and his embodiment and his words, and that's Gnostic Christianity. So I guess you could call me a Gnostic. I believe that Christ, what I've learned in my personal experience is that Christ, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Sophia are all a direct lineage of source energy, and that there are many other polytheistic gods that have their own shadow. They're literally not just pure source energy. So the reason I feel comfortable with associating Christ with that is because of the life that he lived while he was here, a life of humility and yet authority in his sovereignty by virtue of knowing, that he is a son of God, or a daughter of God. That's avatar consciousness. It's literally knowing that we're all a fractal of source, and he's inviting us to embody the same energies. He's embodying us to topple unjust powers through our divine embodiment. He is inviting us to cast out demons, which are foreign energy entanglements, which is literally what I do with applied shadow work. Anyway, so the great thing is I don't use Buddhist sorceress mantras anymore. I use color mantras. So it's not like a subscription to any kind of religion, although Ho'oponopono prayer is taken from the Polynesian tradition, and there are some layers of colonialism there in its history that I'm not prepared to completely, explicate and deconstruct right now. But I do use a form of Ho'oponopono prayer to which I am indebted to the Polynesian, tradition. And it's, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. And I use a mantra of violet. I don't connect it to Saint Germain and like an ascended master tradition. Actually, I just connect it to our own rainbow body, our own divine light body. We can call on that violet that's already in us. I don't have to get it from Saint Germain because he may be a trickster. I don't deal with any entities, ascended masters, spirit guides, or even angels, I'm still on the fence about. Because angels and demons both are like on Yahweh's playing ground, and Christ took us beyond Yahweh. And so I don't want to be stuck in that dichotomy anymore. Anyway, I have conservative dealings with angels as from the point that I'm a sovereign being and they're also sovereign beings. But I really just identify with source energy through my own light body, and I call in those colors. So the chants that I have chanted each for like 10,000 hours, I probably chanted a lot more violet flame than emerald flame, but I chanted a lot of emerald flame, believe me. So it's I am, yes, the I am statement, which actually does come from Yahweh and other traditions. I am that I am the great I am. But that's the heart of knowing that we're each a fractal of source, in this 3D meat suit playing this Earth School video game in 4D time in our avatar consciousness. But knowing we're just here for that experience and to learn from it. And it's always about what can we learn from it. So that's why I work with color. So I say I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. And right now I'm yawning. As I say that, it shifts my body into a vibrational state that says, you are safe to offload trauma. And my cells are like, pop, 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 pop. And so I yawn it out. And by moving my jaw, I, repressurize my eustachian tubes. So sometimes I don't have a whole yawn. When I started healing my trauma, I would have like 20-second long yawns like pour out of my body as if I were like, vomiting out kind of like something thick and heavy like lava. It was really crazy. But now that I'm like a lot clearer, it comes out in less dramatic ways. I can't tell you how much mucus came out of my body as I healed my trauma and healed my complex PTSD. It was rivers of snot, because mucus is backed up, stuck, gross energy. And so as you clear yourself, mucus is going to come out. So I used to make healing videos where I would literally cough and spit and blow my nose through the whole things. And I'm like, sorry, people, healing is messy. But I don't really have that much drama anymore because I'm a lot more cleared now because I've been doing this for years. Anyway, so I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. And the other color that Spirit called me to work with, violet flame, is a very depersonalized flame that's like watching everything out from very far space and just kind of like taking aim and going like, burn that karma, burn that karma, burn that karma. But the green energy is the energy back in your body coming from a human heart that is anchored to all that is. And also grounded in heart and in your sacral chakra. Basically, for women, that's the womb space. Men, they have their own way to connect there. And then also grounding to the earth and putting a cord all the way down to her heart and womb space, because we are children of the earth and the sun. So we need both. We need to ground to earth. We need to also receive incoming light codes to activate our own light bodies. And so Spirit said time to work with the heart energy too. So I didn't leave the violet energy behind. I kept it in my practice, and I interloaded a new chant from Spirit. Spirit told me, I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Before it was transformation and forgiveness, and now it's love and transmutation. Because transmuting is taking a lower energy and making it finer. So I do not claim to be a light worker. I am a shadow worker. I embody a high vibrational field, so that the density that's like lodged in our cellular trauma, lodged in our DNA, ancestral trauma in our DNA. See, as I talk about it, anything that I speak, if I still have it, I'm yawning it out. So I can facilitate my own healing when I'm in this high vibrational state. Anything that I say that I still have a charge on, it's pouring out of me. And I just yawn. I repressurize my ears. and stretch. And so anybody who watches my videos can do these things, can chant along. You can chant the Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience is the format I use. Then I say, I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. And then I say, I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And when I have the intention with that, I'm literally clearing myself and clearing the whole collective, clearing whoever I have the intention for. So that is an introduction to my process and how, I don't know if I talked about how I got there, but like why I do what I do, because I'm tapping into my own rainbow body, my own Christed energy. And Christed energy is literally the same Buddhist way without the Buddhist sorcery. So I consider like the Buddhist way and Christ the same thing. It both says like walk in compassion, because your compassion will anchor more compassion and justice for the rest of the collective, and we will ascend together. Like we'll, come up in the vibration of embodying more love, anchoring more love energy into our bodies, anchoring more love energy into our bodies. That's the Buddhist way and the Christ way. And I mean, there is some evidence that Christ actually spent like 11 years in a Buddhist monastery somewhere in India. I forget. You can't quote me on that, but there's like a documentary on it, and by the BBC. So that was like a real thing. Somebody found a manuscript that Christ was there. And that when he was there, he had like a ring of light around him. And so he looked like an ascended being. And that's weird because on my Instagram, I have pictures of how if the sun is directly behind me and I take a picture, there's always like a crystal clear rainbow halo around my head. And then there's an orb at my throat. So as we move more into the new earth, people's light fields will generally become more visible. So you don't have to guess if somebody's a covert narcissist anymore or not. You'll know who the earth angels are because you'll see the rainbows. Okay. Thanks, my loves, for being here for this introduction to my process. Stay blessed and see you soon.